Hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm finally doing the darn thing. This has been a long time coming starting this podcast, so let's hop into it. Hi guys, my name is Jessica Woods and I'm your host of Let Me Yap a Little. I can't believe those words honestly have come out of my mouth. I've wanted to do this for a while now, mainly because I feel like we always have these thoughts and opinions and like viewpoints on things, and normally you're expressing them to your friends or family members or even to yourself. I know that's me for sure, like who doesn't talk to themselves. And I feel like sometimes some other people could also benefit from that conversation, especially if they have a similar mindset or just want another perspective on a certain topic. So that's exactly what this podcast is just going to be, me yapping about anything and everything, but of course with the purpose and just share my thoughts and opinions on things. And I hope this new journey in the pod world is fun. It honestly feels intimidating, not gonna lie, to just put yourself out there for the public, because judgment does come along with that, and that can be very scary. But I'm hoping that I build a very nice, friendly, and welcoming community, and it'll just be a great little chit chat. Like, I want these episodes to be like we're on a FaceTime call at the end of the day. So I'm so excited. And I feel like to start off, it would be good for me to do an introduction of who I am so y'all can get to know me a little bit better. But to be honest, I really don't like doing introductions because I just feel so like put on the spot to have to think of facts about myself. So, yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to allow y'all to get to know me a little bit better, but without making it be so boring and basic. So I thought, how about I tell y'all about some of my pet peeves? Because I think knowing someone's pet peeves really shows like their personality, like what they tolerate and how they move in life. So I would say my first pet peeve would be people that lack spatial awareness. Yeah. That I'm going to start off with that one. I feel like many people, especially out in public, lack spatial awareness. And I see it on a day to day basis. And it could be as simple as if we're in an elevator, why are you right up behind me when you have all that space over there? Like, what's going on? Or um, even, for example, coming off the elevator, if you always wait to step onto an elevator because someone may be coming off, and some people just like zoom through and like make it hard for you to come off the elevator. And I'm just like, what the heck? Like, I know you see me here, wait your turn. Like, people that lack spatial awareness lack a sense of patience, and it really shows. I see this also a lot when I'm out grocery shopping. For instance, Trader Joe's. I honestly can't go to that store that much because it gives me so much anxiety and I feel overstimulated. Because, for one, the space is very small and cramped up for a grocery store and for the amount of traffic they get on a daily basis. And two, like, I would honestly say 90% of the people that go shop there do not know what spatial awareness is. Like, people be bumping their carts into you, they be reaching over you, not saying excuse me. They'll be blocking the aisles and not moving, even when you're like, hey, like, excuse me, I'm trying to get through, and they just go, huh, huh. Like, hello. I just don't understand why so many people struggle in the sense of being in their own bubble, waiting their turn for things, having manners, saying excuse me. I don't know. It just irks me. And you also see that like if you're out at a club or a bar and you're like if you're dancing and people are just like pushing and shoving, it's like be so for real. We're too grown for this. So yeah, I'm sorry. I could honestly talk about spatial awareness for so long because it irks me. But anyways, let's see. Another one would be oh, people that force a strong dislike for cats because you're just doing too much. Because for one, normally people that don't like cats, they're just like, oh, they scratch or "Ugh, they're so boring. They don't do anything. Like, can't do anything with them. Or one time when I tried petting a cat, it hissed at me. Okay, pause. Because for one, these are some dumb excuses of to hate a cat. I understand if you're allergic to a cat or something like that, like you don't like cats, that makes sense. Like, okay, you're allergic. But to have a strong dislike based off of those other factors is crazy to me because for one, cats are animals that um, value consent. You can't just come up to a cat and just start petting them. And some cats will just come up to you and want you to pet them, and so that's different. But you can't just come up and walk up to a cat and be trying to be all in their space. Like, no, of course they're gonna have an issue with you. Like, be so for real. I would hiss at you too. But to say that's your reason is so weird to me. Or um, to be like they're boring. No, they're not. They're very active animals, especially indoor cats. And that's coming from a cat mom. Indoor cats are super energetic and they love attention and they love to be around other people, but they sense energy. So if your energy's off, they're not going to come up to you. And that's why I'm such a honestly such a huge cat person because I respect that. Y'all might be like, girl, be so for real because it's not that deep. And it really isn't. But another one of mine would be when someone sneezes and you say bless you and they don't say thank you back. I'm not saying bless you to expect a thank you. Like, I'm really saying bless you. Like, your heart stopped. It really didn't stop, but I'm just saying bless you. But when people just ignore it and not be like, oh, thanks, or I'm like, oh, okay, oh, okay, cute, okay. So, yeah, that would be my last one. Like, just say thank you when I say bless you. And I say thank you back when someone tells me bless you. I don't know. Is that petty of me to say? I hope that gave you a sense a little bit of who I am and not in a bad way. This is very much still lighthearted, so please don't take offense to anything I just said. And I honestly would like to know y'all's pet peeves. So if you're watching on YouTube, comment and let me know what y'all's are. This year, honestly, has flown by. For some reason, the older I get, the years have felt shorter and shorter. I will say January always feels like 3 months, but after you pass January, it's just boom. I blink and we're at the end of the year, and it's like, what what just even happened? What happened? What did I do? Like can't I can't recall anything. So I I don't know, the concept of time, the older you get, I feel like you're always like trying to race the clock, get things done. You always have these goals coming into the new year and you're hoping to like hit them and have new ones and have new milestones. But it's just, I don't know, like a year is really so long but so short at the same time. Like so much can happen in a year. And the older I've gotten, I've realized that you have to seize every moment because at the end of the day, the next day isn't promised and you never know what can happen in your life. And while you have the means to do these set goals or reach these achievements that you have for yourself, act on it. Like, truly act on it. And that's something I have struggled with in the past and now has slowly grown to overcome, because the only person that is setting myself back is myself. Because how will I ever know if something was meant for me, or if I was gonna be good at whatever it is, unless I act on it? And having fear hinder your own goals in life is the worst. Um, I feel like, especially in today's society, we have social media, and we see people younger, older than us doing all these things, and you're like, oh, I should have done that when I was younger, or oh, I'm co- when I'm this old, I want to be where they're at in life, and we do this comparison game, and it becomes very toxic, because at the end of the day, we are all on our different timelines in life. We cannot be comparing where someone else is at and where we're at, because that's not us. You set your own goals, you set your own aspirations, and you follow those. And even if it's taking longer than it took someone else, it doesn't mean you're going about it the wrong way in a sense. This is just your journey. And a big thing for me is that I've learned to just be content, but not in a negative way, because it is not good to just be content where you are and just never want to improve on yourself and grow in any sense. Not being content in that way, but just being content and just um, being grateful where you are now. Because I find myself sometimes putting myself down, being like, oh, you should be doing this and that, or um, you should be doing this and that, but I'm currently living in an answered prayer. Something that I've prayed about and wanted for so long, I currently have. And this is honestly a lot of things for me. When it came to um, me, like in my career, the things that I was praying for and wanted for myself, I now have. The things that I wanted when it came to making making it on my own and stuff like that, I live on my own. I have the career I want. Like, these are things I prayed about when I was like 21, 22 years old, and I now have them. So why not be grateful and blessed where I am now, instead of putting so much pressure on myself to reach these other goals I have sooner and faster? Because at the end of the day, I will never have this time back, and me just stressing over it is not going to do anything for me. So, to anyone out there listening, where you are right now is where you're meant to be. And regardless if you're like at your lowest point right now, or if you're at your highest, I honestly believe everything happens for a reason, and God puts you in certain situations for the better. And just persevere. If you're struggling, you got this. Like, don't doubt yourself, don't doubt your abilities, because at the end of the day, God wouldn't give you these battles unless it was something that you couldn't handle. So it always is important to keep that in mind. Also, this time of the year, I tend to feel more motivated. I don't know if it's because we're heading towards the end of the year and it's like, oh, let me finish out strong, or it's because it's like right now it's fall, so fall is my favorite season, and I just feel like the most myself. But I just love this time of the year, even though fall hasn't been falling the way it should be for me personally. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and this fall has been all over the place. It will be 70 degrees one day and 30 the next. Like, it's not making any sense. And that's on global warming because what in the world is going on? But I love this time of the year because it's where all the holidays start coming out at once. Like you have Halloween and that's all fun and cute, but I really love like get into like Thanksgiving and then my favorite is Christmas. And I've now started putting out my Christmas decorations a little bit earlier because it's no fun to just enjoy it for a month. Like I at least need 2 months because right when it hits January 1st, I am going to be taking down the decorations. So for me to put them up on December 1st, or what I grew up doing with my family, we would put the Christmas decorations out the day after Thanksgiving, which is also to me a good time, but I just wanted to like enjoy it a little bit earlier. It just brings up the mood. It just feels so cozy and nice, and I just love the holidays. So I'm so excited about this time of the year. And yeah, it's crazy that we're almost near the end, about to hit 2026. Crazy, crazy times. But yeah, guys, it's been fun chatting with you all. I hope this was fun and cute for y'all. I hope y'all also enjoyed it too. I hope I didn't bore you. If I did, I'm sorry. It's my first episode. I promise I'll get better. So please show me some grace. So, yeah, see you guys next time for another Yap Sesh. Bye, guys.